Alright, TMPers, check this out. Make note. Break time is officially over in the Nutfancy Project knife show. No, it's not what you're thinking about. I'm talking about the span of time in which I show you what are called must-have Hall of Fame blades. I've given you several months now, so you should have recovered somewhat from your purchasing, right? Because if I post too many blades, they're all just amazing. A lot of TMPers get frustrated. They're like, dude, I want that knife. I don't got money. So I give you guys a rest. I call it a break time. But that break time is over with this video and some others that are going to bracket it. Say hello to the Spyderco Endura 4 Wave Nutfancy review. Yes, it's that excellent. Go out and buy it right now. Hey, Nutfancy, I think I told you like back in 2008 you should have reviewed this knife. Well, all I can say to that is you are correct. You did tell me. Several TMPers told me. It just takes me a while to get around to it sometimes. It just does. Sorry. But you're right. I admit it. The knife freaking rocks. Now, it's not the best looking blade around. Let's talk to that really quick. It's kind of fugly. Don't you think? Yeah, it's, I don't know. To a non-knife person, if you were to show them this knife, they're like, yeah? What is that for? Skin and turtles? I just made that up. It doesn't mean anything. Compared to the Endura 4 FFG, which is an elegant, beautiful, also Hall of Fame design here in the TMP Knife Show. Has been for years. Love it. So glad they're still making the FFG version, by the way. Not quite the same looks, right? But it's not all about looks. I call it first kind of cool, second kind of cool, and have forever. First kind of cool is functionality, and that's where this review is going to focus on the amazing functionality of the Endura 4 Wave. It is perfection in pretty much most respects. The only thing you can really fault this knife for, or there's a couple things, it depends on what your point of view is. And I'm talking the regular Spyderco Endura 4 FFG full flat ground version, is speed of deployment. And perhaps that it is a lock-back design. Perhaps some guys don't like the traditional lock-back design. They're going to go with a lock-back. They're going to go with the extremely strong and very proven here in TMP not Axis, but Triad Lock by Cold Steel. Axis Lock is great too, by Benchmade. Speed is where I'm going to concentrate on. It comes out fast. I've never really had a problem, but it is a two-step process, i.e. you take the knife out of pocket and deploy it of whatever way you want to employ. Pinch, deployment, reverse, forward. I just do traditional because it works across all the platforms, right? But our friend Ernie Emerson came out with the Wave design many years ago. It's incorporated in many of his designs and other collaborative efforts that Ernie does with other knife companies. And it just works. We like Ernie, by the way. We had a great visit with him. Check out my review or interview video with Ernie Emerson. And he talks about the advent of his waveable knife feature and how it was almost accidental. Not almost, it was. And then he's like, hey, wait a minute. We can start engineering it. He did. It's a patented Ernie Emerson design. Several other knife makers, like Spyderco, are wisely integrating it and licensing it into their designs, just like the Endura 4 Wave. Philosophy of use. I'm going to say EDC blade, absolutely, for the Endura 4 Wave. And in a lot of ways, this review is going to be just like this review, right? Because the knives are very similar. We're talking speed of deployment is about the only big change. But as far as enjoyability of bringing this sucker out of pocket, hooking it, and if you guys don't know what a waveable knife is, I think most of you do, but maybe a newbie will show up and they don't. This hook feature right here will hook on the fabric of your pocket. You carry the knife like so, and then you withdraw the knife, it snags on the pocket, and it deploys the blade wicked fast. Auto-like speed. In fact, as fast, if not faster, than an automatic blade. And the reason is, it's a one-step movement. I withdraw the knife, drag it on the pocket, it comes out very, very fast. An automatic blade, you're actually going to be hunting for the button in most situations. Assisted opener, same thing. Now, if you're practiced with those knives, and for that matter, any knife like a regular Endura 4, I can bring that thing out so fast, the deployment difference is kind of negligible, but I'm an experienced knife guy. Maybe folks aren't. In an EDC capacity, philosophy of use, that makes it fun and awesome. I've carried this knife for several months in EDC capacity. It's just cool. I mean, the knife comes out so wicked fast. It's a one-step maneuver. It's just fun. It puts a smile on your face. It does. Whatever task you're doing, puts a smile on your face. Unless that task is slicing food. Because as you can see, the grind on these two blades is very different. Spidey fans, I know you're all over this. Some folks aren't though, so I'll explain. This is a full flat ground, and this is a saber grind. You can see the grind starts from about mid-spine. And many years ago, I don't know, circa 2008, I said, I really don't like this type of grind on Spyderco blades, and I will kind of stick with that. I much prefer this one. However, I like how this one has a waveable feature. That's the number one thing I like about it. And the number two, I guess I'll say it now, is it is a thicker blade and a stronger blade, just like Sal talked to us several years ago in the interview. Thicker and stronger than this one. Now he said, well, I was hesitant to bring out the FFG because I thought guys would be breaking it and doing things with their blades. And I was like, come on, man. How many people are prying with their Enduras? Well, some are out there doing it, I'm sure, but right tool for the job, says I. Yeah, so this is going to be a saber ground blade FFG. Okay, this one slices like 1,000 times better than this one. Whether you're cutting lettuce, tomatoes, food preparation, for that matter, media of any sort, to include cardboard, voice of experience. This one, since it is a thicker blade, there's more of an abrupt approach to the relief edge. It will do it, it's just not elegant in task. You can quote me. Yeah, just not elegant, but it works. How about tactical philosophy of use? Yeah, it can. Same as I said on this one. That's because the jimping's good. The handle provides a measure of traction. Yeah, I would say so. If you're a police officer for Constitution, always underlining that, because honestly, I don't care about non-constitutional LE. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, for the record. But if you are a for Constitution cop, sheriff, whoever, great knife for you. I mean, I laugh sometimes when I check my cop buddies' loadouts. I'm like, dude, what are you packing? I go through their loadout, and they're carrying this big old blade. I'm like, how much is your loadout weigh? Oh, I don't know. I haven't weighed it. I was like, I bet you're packing 40 pounds. And I bet you're going to have back problems in the years to come. And I check in with them in years to come. They're like, yeah, they do. Carry a lightweight fixed knife. Or not fixed, but, well, you could. But this one, too. Folding knife. Sucker weighs only 3.6 ounces. The Endura 4 Wave. About the same weight as Endura 4 in the background there. That's super light. Makes it a great patrol cop knife. For that matter, military knife integrating into LBE. So size, weight, and feel, just like that knife. That is to say, it's pretty squared away. Very squared away, in fact. As is the steel. VG10, it will wear out on you. Well, I shouldn't say wear out, but it will lose its edge. Case in point is this one is wearing my own grind, so I changed the angle on it slightly. Backed it off a little bit, and it's wearing a wicked edge on it. However, I hit some copper staples in cutting into cardboard, which you probably do, right? And it toasted the edge. No surprise. It's not a miracle steel. Good rust resistance. Not perfect rust resistance because, is it this one? There is another one, an Endura 4 that I had cutting kelp with. Maybe I'll find the footage and show you. And it rusted on me. I mean, like, I wiped the blade off and I took it out, I don't know, a couple hours later. Rust spots on VG10. Granted, I was at the beach, Pacific Ocean. I was like, I thought it was more rust resistant than that. Because I've used it a lot in snowy conditions, wet, rainy conditions. I don't see any rust at all. I guess when you throw salt in the mix, things change. Data point, 0.125 inches in thickness. This particular one has that thicker spine, thicker tip for that matter. Maybe a little bit better penetration, if that's important to you. A little bit of belly in there. And no, it's not a showstopper, this grind. I can deal with it because, again, the wave feature. Speed, we've already established, is amazing. And you can also do the conventional deployment. No change. Duh. Spidey hole there. Lockup is good to excellent. Sometimes in some of these Enduros, you get a little bit of movement up and down. You can adjust them. They're not the old Enduros where they had the pinned pivot points. Phosphor bronze bushings in there. Let's check blade centering on this one. Excellent. And that's saying something since it's such a thick blade, and that FRN Volcano Grip handle, which, by the way, I love that color. It's kind of a gray navy blue. Oh, I like that color. Total Hall of Fame right here. This exact knife, Hall of Fame, because they're going to come out with a different color. I just love this one. Handle is very thin. This is another win and why it's such a Hall of Fame knife, the Endura series, and for that matter, Delica series, Stretch series. They just carry so easy, invisibly. And then when you have it deployed, you're using it, it's comfortable. And of course, we got the Perfection jimping, which Spyderco is famous for. They were getting it right long before everybody else was. This is what gives it a tactical use, because it's just, it locks in so well. It's got a thumb ramp with jimping, you get it. Standard Spidey clip. Positionable again to 4 corners. Carries deep, it's strong enough. I have recently had these screws strip out on me. It was a Dragonfly. Had to ship it back to Spyderco and they charged me $5 to replace it. And I wasn't really tightening them that much. It just kind of stripped out. It's like, I was surprised at that, but it happens. Skeletonized liners. Oh, let's throw out the next torch knife on there. You can see that in there. Oh, dude, that is a great skeletonizing job. I get excited about that. It will give it a little bit of torsional rigidity, but if we go back to the old way, and I still love this way of producing these types of knives by Spyderco, let's go to the Pacific Salt. This was reviewed in TMP in 2009, and it's kind of an older Endura. It has a saber grind on it, and this is the H1 steel, which is a saltwater steel. Love it. Great sharp blade, I said in that knife. Yeah, seriously, it is. We can carve an eyeball out with it. There's no liners in this at all. And it is just svelte, bro. Yeah. Well, that's a good look right there. Orange, navy, and yeller on the table. I'm going to leave that because it's so sick looking. Clip is good. Durability, it's standard Spyderco. Might have an issue here and there. Well, I talked about the steel, but that's normal. I'm talking about the staple, how I bent it, but that's me. Value. How about around $70, $75? Worth it? Yeah, totally worth it. More expensive than these because they have to pay a licensing fee to Ernie. You know, he's got those daughters need to go to school, and I don't know what they have. Cars, BMWs, I don't even know. I'm kidding around. We met his daughters. They're cool. I don't know, but there's a licensing fee involved in this. So yeah, it's going to be more expensive. This one's going to run around $55 in Endura 4. It's 3.4 ounces. Same steel. Different, awesome colors. Light blue, as you can see, my favorite, not favorite, but one of my favorite colors, the fluorescent orange. Excellent. I just love it. And you got brown and gray. This one for now, and I'm filming this in 2014, is in just this color. Like I said, I love it. Pacific Salt, and this one also available in black, which is a win. Totally worth it. Let's throw up some competitive options. I'm going to start kind of weird on you. Kershaw Piston, 1870. It's 3.8 ounces. It has 14 C28 in steel. It's around $60, and this is a Hall of Famer. Total Hall of Famer. Oh, it didn't have jimping, so Nutfancy had to answer or add that. Dow! Nor a thumb ramp. So yeah, that's a miss. Big miss if you ask me. But I never classified this as a tactical blade. I was just like, cool EDC knife. Assisted opening fast, about the same weight. How about the SOG Trident? Oh, tell me I brought that. I did. Sweet. I gave one of these away to a TMPer, so I had to get another one. So this is a Trident. 3.6 ounces, OS 8, cryogenically treated. About $55. Deep carry pocket clip. Jimping on it absolutely sucks. I've tried to correct this one, I think, with a Dremel, and I achieved no success. Jimping on these Spideys blows it away, but I still love this knife, and I've covered some other Spydercos recently that are also, you know, must-have knives, Hall of Famers. Hopefully you got those. Sorry for the addiction. I'm sick. How about this? Spyderco Paramilitary 2. Oh, yeah. That's a win. Different colors. You got black, this beautiful ACU coloration. This is S30V for around 100-ish, $90 to $100. So it's just a little bit more than this knife. And you're getting a much better steel. I think S30 is a better steel than VG10. Yes, it is. 3.8 ounces, compression lock, same clip, repositionable. Not waveable, though. Still a Hall of Famer. You're just going to have to decide what you want. Hey, here's a freaking Delica 4. from the backpacking equipment bin. And I've said this before on camera, I'll say it again. I think you can take care of pretty much 90% of all your knife needs with a Spyderco Delica and Endura combination. Yeah, you can. I mean, if you have some fixed blade knife needs, that's kind of a different philosophy of use. But for most EDC knives, maybe even a tactical blades, yeah, you could do it. And you could do it for around, I don't know, $120. Yeah. Total quality, they're fast. Oh, and by the way, there's a David Boy D10 standard lockback. It's a direct lockback, not like the Triad, so don't go batoning with it, right? Or doing some serious heavy whacking with it. But like I was saying, I mean, the knives are pretty much perfect the way they come. I've said that for years, and now you have, well, you've had it for a long time, the waveable option. Yeah, it's a little bit fugly, that is ugly. But man, is it fast and is it practical? It is really squared away in first type of cool. That looks even cooler with this coloration here, the light blue. Highly, highly recommended. Go out and buy 2. Give one as a gift and keep the other one for yourself. Carry it regularly, and you better carry it when I gear check you. Because, dude, seriously, you guys suck in gear checks. I'm just saying, you do. We'll see. Nutfancy Project Knife Show. Go out and buy it. Oh, by the way, check my channel page out. That's my recommended knife retailers. That's how I'm doing it now. Just go to my channel page because it changes over the years. See ya.